Good evening, Kenton community. My name is Sabatino Samato. I'm your superintendent, and this is your weekly Connection update. I really encourage you to check out the Connection this week. First, we start with an update from me. I have an update from both of our high schools and their senior proms. Then also, free meals for students. Check out that story. We'll talk about it in just one moment. Our community bus tour that's coming up. We got a series of them coming up shortly. And then we go into, of course, our safety tips for families, our school and district highlights, and then we end off with our recognition. So let's get going. First, our Kenmore West, Kenmore East, Kenmore East, Kenmore West, they are absolutely to be very proud of this past weekend. Our seniors had such a wonderful prom, and it's only possible because of all the staff that dedicated their time. Folks, I was at both of these events. Kenmore East was at the Wurlitzer, Kenmore West was at the Foundry, and the kids were so classy. The kids were so wonderful. The staff there having just such a wonderful time with the kids. It will be a night that they will remember for the rest of their lives, and that's what we always hope to provide. Thank you so much to all of our kiddos for doing such a great job and really, really representing Kenton. You should really share those stories from that night with your families, kiddos. The next story that we have under my update is free meals for all students. Kim Roll, the head of our food service department, Director Kim Roll, has done an amazing job. You see, folks, there was a possibility that we might be able to get free lunch, free breakfast for all of our kids. We were hopeful that it would come out in the New York State budget, and it did not get passed in the New York State budget. But there was this little angle that we could apply because New York State expanded eligibility. Kim Roll and her team got right on that, and we just found out last week they have for next year, they have accomplished that all of our students will be free breakfast and free lunch. Kim Roll and food service, you are to be commended for doing this. Now, folks, it's very important. When those forms come around next year, we still have to complete those forms. Those forms indicate our funding. Those forms maintain what Kim worked so hard to achieve for our entire community this year. So just be prepared when they come out in the fall. Not yet, but when they come out in the fall, we all have to do our part. That's that partnership to make sure that that funding stays in place. Thank you, Kim Roll. Great job. Our community bus tour. June 29th, we have another bus tour only open to our community. We're going to have a series of these this summer. This is the first one. Check out the Connection. You could sign up. That fills up quickly. So first come, first serve. And we'll also send out a shout point next week. But we've had wonderful success with that community bus tour. Thank you to our Board of Education, especially Matt Chimera and our very own Patrick Finelli for all the work that goes into that bus tour. A safety tip for families. This week we really focus on families really becoming aware of the dangers of too much use of electronic devices, social media, these different things that our Surgeon General now is making advisories, creating advisories for families to be careful about too much exposure with social media and different platforms and different devices. Really check out that section. Very interesting stuff and a lot of tips to help families, even a guide, a chart, a planning chart to help families with this topic. Next, our school and district highlights. Elementary school students cheer on East and West graduates. Next story, hundreds attend district-wide wellness festival at Edison. Kenmore East students and staff present $5,000 check to kids escaping drugs. Kenmore West band ensembles win several first-place finishes at Darien Lake Music Competition. Kenmore East students compete in SUNY Erie Tech Wars. Kenmore West gives away $33,000 in prizes at Medieval Times-themed senior celebration. Hoover Middle Class is featured by Channel 7 for spreading kindness throughout the community. Kenmore West Engineering Prototype Showcase features amazing student projects. Board members visit Kenmore East. And finally, Holmes Elementary hosts 4th grade concert. Check out all of those, just those wonderful events just from this past week happening in Kenton. And finally, our recognition, we have some kiddos. Maria Colosimo, Charles Anzalone, Zahara Ashwali, Tylin Robinson, Angelina Corey, Mason Forney. All of these students were recognized in the latest edition of Business First for different reasons, but Community All-Stars. Really check that out. Check out that story. Check out, these are our own kiddos that our families have raised and just do a wonderful job representing Kenton, even being recognized in Business First. And that's where the connection ends this week. Folks, we are coming to the end of the school year. We know that it's within this week, we start Regents exams. High schoolers are done with regular classes on Tuesday. But it's very important to understand. I know I use these cliches all the time. We need to finish strongly. Our kiddos need to understand this is not the time of the year to take our foot off that pedal. Always we get that summer fever going on and we worry about losing concentration. Parents, families, all of our support people at home, we can't do it without you, just like you look to us for that, and you should look to us for that. We look to you for that help and cooperation. We can do it together. All of our kids are wonderful children. They just continue to need that guidance at the end of this school year. So let's make sure that we're doing that together these last 2 weeks. We appreciate all of the hard work of all of our families because that is the formula for making Kenton strong, Kenton proud, and for absolutely moving us all forward. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful weekend.